Hey everybody, we are here at SEMA 2021 on day 3 of the show, and we are here with John Hotchkis, who not only is representing his own products here, but is the SEMA PAC chairman. And we're really glad to be able to sit down and talk to him a little bit about the work that the SEMA PAC has been doing, work that they would like all of us to be doing for them, and then we'll talk a little bit about why the other reason John is actually here. So, what's been going on?
Oh, well, thank you so much for the opportunity to talk to you guys.
We're
RacingJunk is, I tell you, I just go on there just to check it out.
That's our favorite thing to hear.
And oh my, actually years ago we bought our trailer because of RacingJunk. It actually directed us to it. There was how about this?
Yes, please.
There was an advertising for a used trailer that I need to buy that. Then there was a link to a new one, and of course we bought the new one.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, we hear that a lot. We hear that from racers, from like professional racers, NHRA drivers. When I talk to them, they're like, "Yeah, RacingJunk, we bought our trailer there. Like, we are known for that." And it's been a crazy year for trailer drivers.
Oh my gosh,
trailer drivers, trailer sellers,
yes,
probably buyers too. But yeah, what a wild,
crazy year. Missing SEMA and last we were here were 2019. But I mean, you look out, it's amazing, isn't it?
It is.
I mean, there are so many people here, and what's so great, there are so many enthusiasts here.
Yes.
The excitement is just unreal.
Yeah, we've been really, when we talk to people, whether they're in our booth or whether it's at dinner or whatever, they're having conversations. And, 2 years ago, which was an amazing year, right? So many booths, so many vendors, so many attendees, but it was hard to have a conversation.
Yes.
Because there was just so many people here, right? And so, I feel like it's not quite as crowded, although some of that is because we've got a whole new hall to fill up. People are really eager to get back into the sport, right? To the hobby. They want to build. They want to see their communities again. And so they're actually talking about their builds. People are stopping at our booth and saying, "Hey, this is what I want to do. This is what I want to buy." And it's really fun to hear those conversations again.
It's fantastic. And our booth is not as crowded as it was in 2019 because it was absolutely jammed.
Oh, yeah.
But we were not as effective.
Exactly.
And this year we're getting super quality people.
Oh, that's great.
We're getting so many shops asking about our products.
Yeah.
And then we have the C8 Corvette with a wide body kit by Nowicki Autosport, and then the 73 Trans Am by 612 Auto Works, or the 2016 2016 Camaro powertrain.
Oh, wow.
And interior, all of our suspension. It's 4-stage emerald green paint job. It's wowing the crowd, and that's what it's all
about.
about.
I think Bobby, who was kindly shooting for us and producing this time, would like to walk away with that particular vehicle.
Once we finish, you have to see, Bobby, you have to check out the interior, and it's all Alcantara. It's just, the whole thing is such a stunning build.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's awesome. Hey, but let's talk about SEMA
Let's
PAC.
talk about SEMA.
The latest thing from SEMA is the SEMA individual membership. So for
that's right.
$40, anybody can join SEMA. Now, they won't be able to go to the show right away, but there will be a way to get more consumers into the SEMA show. And so that is going to be fantastic. But what's so good about this is that our hobby is absolutely under real pressure from government officials that don't understand the car world. And so things like the RPM Act, which is to stop a proposed bill that says street cars cannot be turned into racing cars.
Right.
So anything with a VIN number cannot be turned into a racing car. That just wipes out so many different types of racing.
True.
It'll be brutal. And so the two elected officials in North Carolina proposed this RPM Act in conjunction with SEMA to make sure that this doesn't go through, that the EPA under the Clean Air Act doesn't say that our prized hobby cars cannot be race cars.
Right.
Because once you do that, then you open the floodgates to other things. Maybe old cars, classic cars can't be modified or even can't drive on the road, or new cars we're already facing lockout of Michigan or computer ECUs and so on.
Right.
So bottom line is this independent membership creates the funds that get SEMA really powerful to be able to support elected officials that have our back.
Right, and I know that this has always been SEMA's mission is to protect the consumer, to protect the OEMs, to make sure that those interests are represented.
Absolutely. SEMA is here for the members' benefit.
Yep.
And they're our trade organization that protects us, that offers opportunities, puts on this fabulous show, has SEMA Garage and so many other just great benefits. But the big thing right now is there's the Low Volume Act. So as you know, kit cars can actually have manufacturer can put engines in those. But the big thing is this RPM Act, and then if you take that further, there's such a push for electronic cars, electric cars. So you say, well, no more internal combustion, and there are rules that can be made in Washington D.C. that are just kind of all-encompassing and could really hurt us without even that lawmaker knowing they did.
Yeah, and I think that's true, right? Like some of the issue with the EPA and some of the reason for the RPM Act is that it's kind of open to interpretation.
Yes. Yes, absolutely right.
With everything, that's a challenge, right? And
Yes.
particularly in this, when you want to make sure that shops are being taken care of, that they're not getting fined, that consumers are able to still modify their vehicles in a way that does fulfill what the EPA has outlined. So, yeah, I think you guys are doing the kind of work to educate, to...
And SEMA pushes hard on the SEMA Garage to make sure that SEMA helps engine companies, develop products that are in compliance. So makes that step much easier.
Right.
So nobody's proposing that we have kind of outlaw parts and all of this. No, we want to do it legally and work, but reasonably as well, and continue to create great opportunities for companies.
Yeah. Well, I also know that SEMA, in addition to the RPM Act, is very good about sharing legislation that might threaten the collector car, the builders, those kind of things. And so letting the public know, please make sure that you're representative, that you are making your voice heard to this person. And so we always really appreciate that. We always make sure we can share that with our readers. And that's a big part of what you guys have done before this big act was proposed.
It can encourage enough people to go to SEMA.org, individual membership, and sign up. It's easy.
Yeah.
$40.
And what are some other things they get in addition to being able to support
they get a hat and a pin, which is cool. But they'll also get on the email list where they'll get updates on what's going on.
Great.
They'll get much closer to what the benefits of what the trade organization is doing, and they'll be fighting to protect our hobby, which it's really so important because if we just sit back and don't do anything, we'll get regulated right out of the SEMA show, which would be disastrous.
Yeah. Yeah.
So we're not letting that happen.
Excellent. I'm pleased to hear that. Is there anything else that you'd like to talk about that the PAC is working on?
Well, there's one thing that we had, COVID also, the pandemic, really stopped the SEMA rallies. The Capitol wasn't open, lawmakers were not taking appointments, and so that's one thing that I really encourage people to do. It's once a year or once every other year. SEMA will invite many members as they want to attend Washington, D.C. in mass, in a group, and where the SEMA will determine who your senator or congressman and who's your representative, and then we'll schedule meetings with that representative. So it's so much fun. You meet, you stay in the hotel, you have breakfast, and then you march on to Washington, and you go to the halls. Go to Capitol Hill and walk the halls and see the person that's in your district, and then you talk to them about RPM Act, and even more importantly, you talked about the passion, the hobby, and how many voters are really affected by our industry. And I was so amazed that I can't remember the first one I did, somewhere 2010 or so, Washington rally. I mean, there were the carpenters union, the floor guys, the roof people, the scuba people, whoever it was. There were all these trade organizations there doing the same thing, making sure that the rules were not detrimental to their members. And so that's what SEMA does, and does it well.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thank you so much for your time. We will be sure to share the link to membership for people to sign up. when we post the video. Is there anything else you'd like to talk about?
Oh,
with the show
absolutely.
or
I mean, we're just so happy to be here, and we've been at so many SEMAs, but we have new C8 Corvette sway bars that are
very exciting.
The adjustable sway bars that are on the new Wiki Autosports C8, and we're track testing those now. But we're all about muscle car handling, as you know, so bolt-on products for Mustangs, Cougars, Challengers, Chargers, Camaros, whatever, even Ford Galaxies, whatever it is that's fun to drive, we want to make, and you can put a great engine in it. We want to make sure that we have a bolt-on suspension package that makes really the driving experience just second to none.
That's really great.
And you can find our products at HOTCHKIS.net, so Hotchkis.net.
Excellent. We will also make sure that link is in the story connected to this.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for the opportunity.
We really had a good time.
And again, I've been a fan of RacingJunk for a long time.
We love it.
Keep up the great work.
Thank you.